really going on at sea. Anyway, wrong vet shirt right here. I wanted to support this today. This is back in the office. We're back in the building today. Anyway, I'm a police brutality victim. I've had it things happen to me, but I wanted to talk more about the city. I mean, like they always say, I watched this video. It used to be on TV all the time. Bad boys, what you gonna do when they come for you? You know, you got the cops, and you got the citizens, and you got people that live and do their normal day job, and they put their suit on and they live for that moment, the truth, which is trusting somebody and giving someone something to trust in. But like on a point of view of like who brings up a ballot or something toward what is wrong, like if you were, you always hear these cases like Greg Corey, we're fighting his case for the $570,000 settlement for what he did. That guy had been beat up, socked in the face, and what had happened to him. I was sitting there experiencing it. I had to walk out and excuse myself because I broke down in tears because I had been brutalized myself by 4 officers. And they even not only put me on trial and accused me, but had relived my accident all over until the day that I had came to trial of not guilty on all the charges and 1 mistrial. But like, if you run all their statements that cops put in from 10 years back, I mean, you can see every cop that has started on the force from way back from, I mean, you know, since Portland had started, they're brutal. But like concurrently, how they write their statements and put them in concurrently, if you're looking at it, forensic files, and you look at them, their statements concurrently of everything they bring people in, and yeah, like for example, for just a short example, here's the guy that had got $570 settlement, $570,000 settlement. Here's his statement, but like concurrently, where's all the other people that were blamed or just took the plea bargain or went through the courts? But like concurrently, I give everybody the gratitude for being honest and being part of our police world and being out there and protecting and serving, keeping people safe. But I mean, running concurrently, I mean, who does the investigation against them? I mean, there is a lot more criminal act out there, and there's a lot more things going on. You say bad boys, what you gonna do? I don't care if you're a cop or a criminal. You do the crime, you do some time. They've been doing some crime. People's loved ones have been hurt, people going through anguish, people, you can't even begin to sit down on the side of the road and be one of those people and watch the traffic go by or even feel what it feels like to be loved. I mean, yeah, the money of root of all evil, overly overripe, to the bottom of the food chain. You got these people watching everybody that live their everyday job. And you guys are the ones, everybody that's in our city, in our county, and we're the ones that stand up and believe in what? Everything that people bring to the attention of your guys' sense of humor and sensitivity of what's the actions of what it feels like. I don't know. I can't even go 1 or 2 or even count to 1,000,000 before I even count how many things are wrong. Thank you.
Yes, my name is Lightning. I represent Lightning Rethink Lab. This appeal to me is very questionable on the timing. It's very questionable on why you have not written a letter to the judge, at least to possibly not even get a response and go from there. Another issue I have on this is that I'm going to say, Commissioner Novick, I think you're very adversarial against Judge Simon. And I find this very interesting. You made quotes to the Mercury. Judge Simon is doing something legally wrong and very odd. And I find that an interesting statement to make to a judge on this settlement, because, correct me if I'm wrong, if we go through this appeal process, could this really unravel this settlement? And in my opinion, and I'm not an attorney, I think it could lead in that direction, and that's my opinion. And another issue, like I've stated, is that the city attorney, I'm sure, is very happy to get moving forward on this, because it's public money that we're going to be spending here. I would like to have a cap set on this appeal before this is approved. I want to know the amount of money you plan on spending on this. I want a cap to be set on that, and I do not want this approved without that being put into place. Now, correct me if I'm wrong on this, is that we have a settlement already that has been agreed upon by the judge. The settlement will continue to move forward. you want some more clarification on this. I don't think an appeal is necessary at this time to do that, in my opinion. I think there's other directions you could go. I don't think you have to spend city's money, the public's money, to find this out. And everything I've seen on this is we want more oversight. By leaving this settlement in place as it's currently agreed upon, I believe that we have that additional oversight. And again, some people brought up, what is the big concern? What is making you so nervous to have maybe some additional oversight? And it's my understanding Judge Simon will not be looking and reviewing this for possibly 6 months to a year. So what is the big concern right now on that issue?
Lightning, can I respond to a couple
Absolutely.
of things? One thing I want to say is that Judge Simon is actually a personal friend of mine, and I have great respect for him. I think he's making a mistake here. In terms of what the concern is, one of my concerns, and I don't know if I speak for anybody else, is that I think that Judge Simon is setting himself and the rest of us up for disappointment, in that I think that if he has this annual hearing or more than annual hearing, where he's hearing evidence, some people will think that that's an opportunity to go before the judge and say all the bad things the police are doing and ask him to fix it. And either he's going to say, no, actually, that's not my role. My only role is to oversee the settlement between DOJ and the city. And if DOJ isn't saying they're out of compliance, I can't do much. Or he's going to feel tempted to go beyond the scope of the settlement and sort of act himself as an additional prosecutor, which would be inappropriate. So I think that one problem is that he's putting himself frankly, in what I think might wind up being an untenable situation.
And if I could just respond to that.
Actually, sorry, one more thing.
Okay.
Which is that there actually has been significant, people keep on saying, why don't we just ask the judge what he meant? There actually was significant back and forth between our lawyers and the judge on the question of what his final order would look like. And our lawyers proposed a version of an order which said COCO will appear before the judge once a year, and the judge will have an opportunity to ask COCO questions. But in the proposal that we submitted, we said, for example, absent a motion to enforce the settlement agreement by the United States or the city of Portland, the court will not use the annual report appearance to sua sponte, which means sort of on its own, order the parties to administer, enforce, or construct the settlement agreement in a particular way. So the fact that the judge did not accept that suggestion as to what the limitations of the hearing would be, and the fact that the judge said that the parties might have to present evidence as directed by the court, leaves us really confused as to what's going on, and that confusion remains after there've been extensive back and forth between our lawyers and the judge.
Okay, if I may respond to that.
Briefly, and then
Okay, briefly, just a few more seconds, my time. If you are, in fact, a friend of Judge Simon, and you believe that he is a good judge, and he has made his final opinion on this agreement, as a friend, don't you think it would be more advantageous to maybe get together and have a discussion before you try to appeal and take him in and make him look like an incompetent judge?
Actually, it would be thoroughly inappropriate for me as a city official to meet directly with the judge. And I mean, he's my
By letter, written form is what I meant.
I think he's a friend, and I think he's a very smart guy. But all of us have friends that occasionally make mistakes. I think that is the case here.
Okay, and I disagree with you on that, and I think Judge Simon, your appeal won't go anywhere. Thank you.
thank you. Okay, who else we have signed up? Sue?
Okay, yes, we have about 7 left. David